Bum, 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 bum.
What is up?
Thank you for joining us again. That matters.
This podcast where the grappling wisdom is shared.
Oh, yeah. Learn along the way too. There's a lot of learning to talk about. Um, so today's topic, we're gonna review some of the matches recently that happened.
Review some of the matches, and honestly, I'd be good with starting up on that topic again, just talking about gyms in the area and talking about um, perspectives on training now versus what we think it could be in the future. Um, yeah, I think this would be a good episode.
Yes. What do you think about the matches recently?
So the one that really comes to mind recently is the cringe one.
We'll see.
Triple C.
Do you know?
How long of a break was he coming off of? Actually, that's how I should ask that one.
He lost against Sterling. Lost against Billy when he came back.
Okay.
Well, when did he fight Maram?
Let's see.
2024. Yeah, 2024, February 2024. A year.
I'll be honest, I didn't actually realize he was on a losing streak.
Yeah, his third loss because he came back as he was a champion. He fighting Aljamain Sterling for the title.
Mm-hmm.
He lost that one decision. Finding his way back, he go through Merab. Merab beat him decisively, like taking down a will.
He lost a title fight via decision.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a rare thing.
yeah.
That must have been a brutal. He must have decisively lost then. That's
Well, he was complaining about him being so low to the ground. He will get on all fours for the striking, so it's hard for him. And he was complaining about that. Sterling. I can't remember well that match. Remember he was complaining about him being so low.
okay. Huh. I thought he complained about it being low, but I thought Henry grapples a lot, I thought, doesn't he?
Yeah, but you have to be able to. If you take that, you have to be lower than him to kick
Okay.
it to the legs.
Granted. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, no, my understanding of it was that was a pretty underwhelming fight. I didn't actually watch it, but he said he couldn't see in the third round, I think it was. Right?
Yeah.
Um,
You know, an interesting fact about this fight. Henry, he won his gold medal in the 2008 Olympics in Beijing. Song Yudong was selling merchandise outside the Olympics, the same event
no.
when he won his gold medal.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow. You never know where you're going to be in a few years.
yeah.
That's insane. Huh. Was Song Yudong, was he fighting at the time?
I think he was a kid. Like he was selling, because Cejudo at the time he was
Huh.
21 years old, wrestler.
That's crazy perspective. Huh.
Yeah. And at the time he was 11 years old, Son Yudong, because he was born in 97.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. That is, I mean, dang, I'm surprised you don't see more of the stuff like that on, you know, inspirational posts.
Yeah. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah, for real.
He was selling black market Chinese merchandise outside the Olympics, fighting Cejudo in the UFC main event.
Dang.
A full circle.
That's no lie. Huh. But I don't know. What were your thoughts? What were your gatherings from this fight?
I'm not sure. I didn't watch it. That match. Oh, I know the Son Yudong is 4 inches taller than Cejudo. 5'8".
Yeah.
That's 135.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch it. But it's sad because I can't remember how many people were canceled out of that fight. The Seattle. A lot of people were injured. I want to say I heard like 8 people were injured out of that car. They have to reschedule.
Actually, one thing I haven't heard is Cejudo was saying he couldn't see. Did they come out with like a medical report or anything to?
He has soft tissue damage allegedly
Oh, okay.
from the. Also, so did uh, what's the name? DC. Whenever he fought Stipe one time, he had eye damage. Remember how bad his eye was?
I actually didn't
This is
realize
an
that.
article that came out 26 today. Cejudo provides worrying update on eye injury that cost him 150,000. I'm like 150,000 was from the fight or from the actually the injury itself. Was
Right?
not sharing.
I would imagine that's from the fight. It's gotta be.
Yeah, probably. They're talking about
Yeah,
two
it
fight losing
looks
streak.
damaged. Don't get me wrong. Another catch saying he wanted to
Mm.
weigh out, taking aim at.
Still seeing double
I mean,
with diplopia, soft tissue damage, and corneal abrasion.
as much as I really don't like him, I will say if that injury is real, that would be terrifying,
Yeah.
to not be able to see or be seeing double. Like, vision is one of those things, like, if you lose that, that would be horrible,
Mm-hmm. The thing about it, once
It's,
one eye goes, the other one start going out too because it's compensating.
yeah, that's, yeah. If that's for real, it's hard to blame him, you know what I mean?
Speaking of eye injury, my wife's uncle, he passed away since, but his wife wanted him to return some rug or something like that she had purchased. And you know those bungee cords that they attach to keep the rug in place? It came undone and just went right to the eye.
Mm.
Messed his eye up.
Really?
Yeah. So the one thing that, if I can remember correctly, is that they usually check the eye pressure. So you see how much pressure is on the eye. You go to save it, and they put these drops in the eye. And luckily, they were able to get into a good doctor. So they were to be able to repair his eye, and he still had to wear glasses as normal, like reading glasses, but he's able to get his actually vision back normal
Uh,
because
I
they were
mean,
able to get
that's
him
because they were able to do what?
be able to get him in time. That to be able to
Okay.
see,
Yeah.
there will be like too much pressure on the eye and stuff like,
Mm.
be able to be like they have to do more damage to the nerve.
Eye injuries are nothing to mess around with, besides the
Um,
fact they just hurt. That's the thing. Like, yeah.
and I think about it, it hurts when it's like too late too.
Mm.
Because like you can like get hit, something like that, you're like, oh, you're fine, but then it goes in there, it's like
Yeah.
one time I was riding my bicycle and a freaking truck was passing by. I felt something go in my eyes, like what the fuck? So I felt like something going there, and my freaking, I'm a dumbass first of all. I went home, grabbed a Q-tip and stuck it in my eyeball and started
She,
digging down. It was a piece of gravel that went into my eyeball. It was in the back of my eye. So she got a piece of a Q-tip and you started pulling it, brought it
did
to the
you get
front.
it?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh my God. Wow. You must have been desperate. That must have hurt so bad.
Yeah, it was like I couldn't open my eye because it was hurting so bad.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I've never done that.
so
But
it was painful.
yeah, there's been a couple times. So early, I was pretty young. I was a young teenager, and I did a lot of like mechanical work on the farm. I was using a grinder
Mm-hmm.
without safety glasses.
Mm.
Dude, I got some metal in my eye, and after that, I learned my lesson. I wore safety glasses whenever I was running grinders after that. That hurt so bad for so long, too, because
Mm-hmm.
it did. think it was in there. I don't think it was in there super long. I think it came out pretty quickly, but it did damage in there for a while because it just scratched my eye up, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I can
that
imagine
was
because
not fun.
at the gym they have the when they hang the heavy bags, they have them. It's like metal cable. So whenever they'll move back, the splinters will fall on the mat.
Oh, gee.
We walking barefoot or when we rolling, that shit just stuck to you. So I can imagine if that wasn't your skin, feels like imagine in your eyeball what it felt like. That little, it's like sand metal.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
Another time happened when I was in the city in Panama. Like, it was a bus stop, but we were walking. Somebody was freaking sweeping their balcony or something like that, and there's freaking trash fell on top of me. It's on. Someone just fell mine. They went like this. That's a piece of glass that like somebody asshole was sweeping off in the balcony just on people.
Hey.
Fucking asshole. Luckily, I
Yeah.
was able to close my eyes like on time.
Right? Oh my God. Yeah, that could be like permanently vision
Yeah.
gone. Yeah, that's no joke.
Yeah, start
That
walking
is
around
no
with
joke.
umbrellas under the balconies. But yeah, my wife always give me shit like, why is there with you with eyes? Like, man, I don't like fucking with eyes, man. Like, get something my like, you were freaking drama. Some drama. Like, no, man, I want to go blind.
Actually,
Yeah. I told you about my brother, right? About his eye.
I think so.
Okay, please don't try
Lore.
this at home. Got home and he was locked out. His girlfriend at the time, see, I just left going to her mom's house. Instead of him waiting for her to come back to let him in, he tried to pick the door with a box cutter. Allegedly, the box cutter broke in his
No.
eyeball. Yeah,
That's terrifying. Okay.
he pulled the thing out. He had to go to the emergency. They sent to the. It was time to go to urgent care. They sent to the emergency hospital, but they were not able to take care of him because allegedly he was high as hell on cocaine. So his blood pressure was to the roof. They couldn't like
No.
do anything.
Damn.
So he lost the left eye. He can
Dang,
see
how have I
nothing on the
not
right
heard this
side.
story? That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's what you're talking about with if the eye pressure is too high or whatever.
yeah,
Dang.
yeah,
High on cocaine. Yeah, I guess that
yeah,
will do it.
yeah. Because you have to be stable for you to do a bring to surgery. To surgery,
Yeah.
your heart rate is going through the roof. Your blood pressure is crazy. You gonna bleed out the table, out of your eye. So they told him that he has to get that eye taken out, but he doesn't want. He wants to keep it because eventually the eye will die out, and then you affect the
Yeah.
other one, the vision.
Hmm.
But that's what basically he took the eye out. Remember?
Yeah. Well, actually, what happened to Bisping? I know that he only has one, but
Vito Belfort happened to him.
really,
Yeah, head kick. Vito Belfort on TRT, head kick. Boom. Detaches retina. Yeah.
yeah. Again, that's scary. That is
Yeah.
terrifying to me. Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing happened to Winklejohn. John Winklejohn, that's the coach, Greg Jackson's striking coach. He coached Holly Holm.
Okay.
He was holding pads for somebody and their toenail grazed his eyeball.
God, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. I could no.
That's whenever you see him holding pads, he wears glasses now.
Yep, I would
For
imagine.
racquetball,
Yeah.
he wears
Does he still
goggles
have
for
both his eyes, or he's just
no
trying to protect the one?
protect the other one.
Yeah. Hmm. Stuff you don't think about.
Yeah.
Was it? That's right. Irish hand grenade. Close to home. I can't remember if he stopped fighting. I remember him talking. He was at a jiu-jitsu competition that we were at, and he was talking to somebody that I knew, and I can't remember if that was the reason he stopped fighting, or maybe the reason they wouldn't let him fight anymore is because his vision was too bad, and he'd been hit so much that his vision was horrible. So it made it hard for him to fight. But he said he could still grapple because you don't need that as much.
Because his contact the whole time.
Right.
You have to cover distance.
Yeah. As long as you can see enough for the initial contact, you're fine.
Yeah. Well, for wrestling, they have kids that are blind. They wrestle.
They have to start in contact though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because some commissions are more strict than others when it comes to like the eye test. Because that's the reason why the Dana want to say what's the name will never as a Ragnar will never fight in the United States.
Yeah.
Talk about making your own fight island.
Is that like a recent rule?
No,
what's his name? Rockonoff, the redheaded.
mm-hmm.
Didn't Bisping fight with one eye?
He memorized the eye test. That's what's able to get by.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and whenever he was around the commission, he was always wear sunglasses, so they wouldn't be able to find out.
That's funny. I had heard that story. You saying that makes it. I didn't realize it was real though.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's about he wanted to fight.
Yep.
Knowing that he could lose the other eye and became a champion that way.
Right.
If Anderson Silva one eye.
Yeah. Dang, son. Yeah, that's a guy you want to see everything.
Yeah. He's nuts. But he's like one of those freaks too when it comes to conditioning, because he has a low resting heart rate, like below 60. All the time.
That's a sign of fitness, right? I mean, was he just more prone to it as well, or?
But he's always like that, like whatever. Like you never see him gas out during fights.
Okay.
He's always just ready to go because his condition is crazy. Like him and what's the guy, Chito Vera? They come to the same gym and they run a lot.
I mean, it's brutal, but there's definitely something to be said for that. I mean, if you can't get tired out, that breaks people.
Yeah, especially if you volume somebody, like just like for example, the Diaz brothers just overwhelming.
Exactly.
Just
yeah. I think
50%, 50%.
Yeah. Those jabs, you're not going crazy hard, but you can go for a long time.
What's his name? Nate Diaz like to do the Frank Shamrock, like the volume. So every time he tries to breathe, he will hit him. Boom. You can catch his breath.
Yes. Dang.
So can you imagine trying to breathe with somebody beating you?
Right, yeah. Somebody's
on the body?
Specifically targeting your breathing.
Yeah. I mean, they come for triathlon. They do triathlons.
I didn't know that.
According to like the story, their grandfather was a track coach. So whenever they get in trouble, he'll make them run outside. Yeah. Little did he know the beast that he was creating, the monsters that he was creating.
Yeah. I wonder if they thanked him for that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I think
it checks out.
He swam to Alcatraz 3 times. Something like that. As for Ironman, crazy.
Yeah, that's...
going back to the eye injuries, have you heard like what's his name? Trevor Whitman. He has the gloves for like striking for MMA, in which they're rounded. So whenever you punch, your fingers are rounded. Remember Pride? They used to have the rounded. So whenever you there's no way you used to have your fingers out.
Right.
To have because your fingers are rounded. When you throw punches like this, also when you're grappling, your fingers are not out like this. It's less likely for you to break your fingers if your fingers are like this. So do you think that'll be a better option for fighting?
For the protection of the fighters, yes. I will say though, I'm being from the grappling background, I feel like anything that limits the hand motion is going to be a disadvantage to grapplers. You know what I mean? Genuinely, I feel like if UFC was bare-knuckle, I think you'd see a lot more grappling. I mean, obviously there'd be more reasons than just one, but I mean, having some like bulky thing on the end of your hand, I feel like just limits your grappling so much. In just so many ways. It's harder to get grips. It's harder to sneak your hand in tight spaces.
For rear naked choke's hard for you to get it.
exactly.
Guillotines are difficult to lock in.
Yeah. I think if you saw a bare knuckle MMA, hey, granted, I know also there's the injuring your fist by punching people aspect, but I think you'd see grappling explode in there. You know,
Because you see people more throwing more elbows than they will throw hands.
yeah, yeah, that's probably true. Elbows, knees, yeah, stuff it's not really gonna hurt, but it's gonna cause a lot of damage. Yeah.
Speaking of, that's what what's the name did against Tatiana Suarez for the title. I forgot. Did mention that Samuel Lee, because Suarez is a
Same.
wrestler. So whenever she won 15-pound champion, whenever Suarez would close distance, she just throw elbows, boom, boom, and just cut her. So she was able to
Yeah,
wrestle her.
yeah. My old coach explained that. I never really thought about it this way, but he's like, yeah, so he's like, elbows and knees are for if they're coming towards you. Like kicks are for if they're backing away. Like it's like interesting stuff. But so she was keeping the distance with the elbows, or
You know how you frame? Instead of framing, she was throwing elbows, boom.
what the heck?
So maybe you think that she was just framing, boom, because you want to get an underhook. So when she's
Yeah.
trying to get an underhook, boom, elbow.
Dang. Oh, dang. That would discourage. Yeah, that would discourage the underhook for sure.
Yeah. It's like the equivalent of somebody throwing an uppercut and somebody just catching you with a hook as you throw the uppercut.
Yeah,
Because you uncover on that side.
makes sense.
It worked because it beat her the decision. That's the first loss for Suarez.
Yeah.
That's the girl I was telling you about that she's like a really good wrestler, but um no, that's the first time she got the title. Because she's also injury prone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, wrestling is bad on your body already, anyways.
Oh yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Do you think injury prone people are, do you think that's genetic, or do you think it's way they're training, or what do you think that is?
It can be both. Because some people, you know, some people that always get injured.
Right. For sure.
Um, then some people are like they're just too tough for their own good. For example, like Dominic
Yep.
Cruz, he like to train hard and just blow his knee, just blow his knee again, shoulder stuff like that. Cain Velasquez, back injuries that he had. But have you ever heard of myostatin deficiency?
Mile, what is it again?
Myostatin
Hmm. No.
deficiency.
Oh.
You usually see it like you should see it early on kids that are like really freaking jacked. How about this kid right here?
Yeah.
Look how
Okay.
jacked
Wow.
he is. It's a
Yes.
kid. There's some people are like, it's a genetic in which your muscle they just like always tense.
Really?
So let's look at the definition for it. So lack of myostatin function results in excessive growth of skeletal muscle, illustrating the existence of powerful mechanisms to control muscle size in normal individuals. So usually that problem with that is that it takes toll on your ligaments and your tendons because your muscles is so tense. And also you get so like because your muscles are always like flexing all the time, so they're exhaust faster, and that's a genetic that you have. How you made that way?
Interesting.
It's not painful, but does not
I had
cause any
no
other
idea that
medical issue.
existed. I had no idea that existed.
The first time I seen that was with this. Like, okay, I thought it was like a CGI, like a freaking cow like this.
Right.
Look,
Yeah, the Belgian blues.
yeah.
Those, yeah, that's some crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, those cows, every single one of their births is a C-section.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a natural birth to them.
It's like a Hulk cow.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, they have like genetics as far as like their fast twitch muscle. They have shortened tendons, stuff like that. Whenever they just injure, like get like they're more prone to injuries.
That is interesting. So is that like what plays the major role in like? I mean, there's some people that are just more muscular. I mean, not like to that extreme like the kids were, but some people just are built bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Is that?
Like
Do
for
you think
example,
that's
like
what it is?
also the sports that they do. Because some sports they like your body's made no for certain sports, but the other one, if you are a short person, you don't necessarily you'll be a swimmer because your strides are not gonna be as long
Right.
compared to somebody taller. Same thing like for sports, like for somebody's like a really like a sprinter. You don't want him be. He's a good sprinter, running 100 meters or however long it might be, like short distance. But you don't want to see him running playing soccer for 90 minutes. They'll get injured really, really fast
Mm.
because their muscles are not built for that. For example, power lifter compared to somebody that does another like lifting sports, like Olympic lifting, that has different body types.
That's interesting.
You see, like Usain Bolt playing soccer. Can play soccer, but also you running is just one plane from here to
Right.
there. You have
Yeah.
to switch direction. You have to jump. You have to pivot. All the take consideration, and you wearing cleats. That means your foot is nailed to the ground as you
It's
turn.
yeah. Yeah.
So your ankle, your knee, and your hip will take a
Yeah.
toll.
You
Any
gotta
of
have
those
that.
directions that you move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that rotational limberness, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
is definitely necessary. That's interesting. I never knew that. I never knew there was something to limit muscle growth. Okay.
It can be both of them. Also, you might have people that I mean, if you are born in a Cuban program in which for the Olympic, what's the name? Your Romer was talking about it. The difference between being a Olympian and being a second string and third string is how many meals you get a day. You get your own room, you get 3 meals a day, because you're in a communist country.
Yeah.
So if you want to be good, you have to overtrain so you can just catch up to there, and you might not have the resources to for recovery as another athlete might have. So if you might have an injury, you just like, oh, over, fuck it. You just have to
Yeah, I don't
will
have
it.
time to rest.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's brutal.
Bring us to our next topic is what we talked about earlier about longevity in sports and willing to um compete at a later stage in life and not just be a remember those Taibo classes that had the videos?
Hybo. Was that like the really fake looking stuff?
The ones that you used to like, they had a DVD and you just punch the air and stuff like that in your living room. Is it Billy
Okay.
Blinds? They used to have what that's the guy's name.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the equivalent of people that just drill without competing. And you
Right.
just like they call like the mall
Right.
jiu-jitsu or like the karate. Remember mall karate?
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. Essentially, no live training whatsoever. Exclusively drilling.
Mhm.
Yeah. Feel like personally, I feel like jiu-jitsu would lose its meaning and its allure to me if I was only drilling and never live rolling. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
regardless of age, I feel like that would be the case.
That'd be the equivalent of you just getting those little weights and just like moving them around compared to actually doing exercises other than
Yeah.
just curling little weights, just move around different exercises, just lifting kettlebells or doing like other stuff because you have high resistance and you do it for longer periods of time, like more advanced, and you be able to keep that resistance up and be able to perform well those moves at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I get. I mean, I'm not talking trash on people who like start later on in life and like can't roll super intense. Like I'm not talking trash at all. Um, it's I don't know. It just seems like I don't know. That would be hard for me. You know?
Mm-hmm. You want to be like the silver fox, rolling every day.
I know. Well, I can tell you already. I'm falling short of that one.
But you'll be able to roll anytime you want to without having
Yeah,
a
yeah,
problem.
right. Yeah, and really, it's definitely one of those things. Like I realize I'm not gonna be able to bounce back from injuries or recover as fast as normal. But some very inspiring people to me in jiu-jitsu are the guys who have been doing it for a long time and still roll with the young guys and still, you know, win regularly.
That tells you a lot about their technique too, because it's that good.
Exactly, exactly. Well, that's the thing. That's like it's no longer about your physical prowess. It's much more reliant on your skill, which to me, I think that's so cool. That's I don't know, that's amazing to me is when an older guy who clearly can't move nearly as well as this young kid is just, you know, just waiting for him to fall into the trap, you
Remind me
know?
of Splinter from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
Literally able to walk, you just kick your ass.
exactly. Yeah.
Or
No,
Yoda in Star
that's the
Wars.
coolest. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Can barely hobble around, but you get him on the mats and like, oh, dang, okay.
Well, isn't that essentially what martial arts was for? It's not for the strong, but also for the weak be able to defend itself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the thing is really that is it. That's what the technique is for, is to be able to take on the young or the stronger, more fit opponent. The technique is to counteract that essentially.
Yeah. That's one thing I was thinking about recently was whenever like I tell people like I do jiu-jitsu or like wrestle things like that. Oh, I bet you can kick somebody's ass. But whenever you do it, you actually don't do it to kick somebody's ass. You just like, oh, I know what's possible and I'll be able to defend like this happens and stuff like that. You should look for scenarios in which you can defend yourself, not so much on attacking people. No,
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah.
the analogy of if you're a hammer, every problem you see is a nail. It's not
Yes.
like that.
Right. Yeah. That's very, very true.
But you think the opposite is with kickboxing? Because kickboxing, oh, I'm able to strike, I'm able to knock somebody out. I just thought about that.
Do you think like the mentality of it is? Is
Yeah,
that what you're asking? I
because
wouldn't think so.
grappling, you're like, oh yeah, I can just do that. Also, yeah, you're right because also you're more likely to get punched and get knocked down than you're able to get taken down and submitted by somebody that doesn't know much. Anybody that's like a freaking Josh mode can just blindside you, just knock you out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. Like some stray random punch can come out of nowhere. It is possible. But somebody just knowing what they're doing on the ground, like knowing how to move a grip or how to that doesn't happen for sure.
This is not a kiddie pool. This is the grown-up pool. They're in the deep
Right,
end,
exactly.
about to drown you. Also, another thing we were talking about bigger opponent. I always get told that I'm strong in my technique and stuff like that. Even though I've been doing it for over 10 years now. And then like usually technique is better than strength, but if you're able to mix technique and strength at the same time, what is that right there?
To me, that's professional level.
Like
You
you
know?
can mix both of them together. Just
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm able to take you down. I'm able to hit you with four different submissions. And actually, I'm going back to the third submission that I did to you. I'm gonna do it three times to you.
Yeah. Exclamation point.
Yeah. So is it
Yeah.
my strength or is it my technique
Mm.
that's working?
I mean, yeah, it's really hard to separate that, I guess, when you have both. Even then, though, because like with you, you're competitive against people that are your belt level or whatever. It's not like 'cause when you're exclusively strong and you're not skilled, you'll have smaller guys dominating you. Where and that's not what I see happening to you. You know what I mean? You get people who are your belt level or whatever who are smaller and they're not able to dominate you. So that's a clear indicator that there's skill there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, and be able to like get out of submissions or be able to like be to the next like step instead of
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, yeah, it's not. It's one of those things like you do it long enough, you get to roll against some guys who are much bigger and less experienced, and it's kind of crazy how it's like, whoa, that like this guy is actually trying and that worked. Like my coach up in Maine, one of his favorite, he really, really liked bringing football players in because the work ethic was amazing. Like he
Mhm.
loved their work ethic. They really they would put in the time and effort. But that being said, I got to roll with these guys, and these guys are like well over 6 feet. They, much stronger than me, and it was pretty cool to see just like what the technique does. Because genuinely, they take me down, I'd choke them out. You know what I mean? It's just, it's amazing to see it in action.
Yeah, especially and also if you have sweeps, it's so demoralizing for them to take you down and you sweep it just on top of this. Like, damn it, all
Yes,
this hard work just to
yes,
get them on bottom on the
yes,
ground.
yes, 100%.
You know, so sometimes we just forget about it. How much advanced we are. Do you work with somebody like, oh, that's this better than I thought I would be.
Yeah, well, that's something I actually told. I rolled with a guy. I think it was last week. He's like, "Oh, great. Hey, I've been rolling with the purple belts today. It's like it's just my day to get fucked up." I'm like, "Well, just wait. Like it's good for you. Like later on, you'll roll against somebody who's coming in fresh, and you'll dominate them, and you'll realize like it's you're learning things. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You see that whenever you go with somebody with other gyms, they're the same build as you, but you're like, oh, I'm better than this guy.
That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling.
Like for example, when I got my first, my first, not my first actually, when I got my blue belt, my first tournament I win was, I guess, two purple belts.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was in my head. The first match, I just got called for stalling. That's a loss. The
Oh, okay.
second match, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna balls to the walls. Okay, and I was able to just ragdoll the guy. Even though he's a purple belt, I was like, just fucking do what you have to do. Just
Yeah,
ragdoll.
yeah. No, that's yeah, that's really cool to see.
Yeah, because
That was
like
your first
you like
tournament?
so stuck in your head like about the belts. Like, dude, don't worry about it. Just do what you just stick to your game. Move
Yeah,
people around.
100%. 100%. No, that's the thing. Like, it's starting to feel weird. I will say, like, at the being in it this long and being a purple belt, like, I have a lot of people, like, I don't know. Maybe it's not weird to them, but it's weird to me in the conversation, like, thinking how long I've been doing this and I'm only a purple belt. But, like, as far as, like, belt level goes, I have no problem being, a purple belt. I would much rather be a good purple belt than a terrible brown belt.
Yeah,
100% all day long. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, yeah, to me, I'm not trying to push through the ranks or anything like that. I'll just take it when it comes.
yeah. You know, like I think what's the name? How do you know Rana Willing, Jocko Willing's daughter? She went from blue to purple in 2 years. But also look who she's rolling with.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty doable. If you train a lot, I feel like that's pretty doable.
Yeah, because you have to take consideration mat time. If
Hmm.
you go mat time twice a week for a year, compared to somebody going 5 and 7 days a week, I mean, that's a
It's
lot of
going to
more
be
mat
a
time than
world of
there.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah, and then some of them, those 5 or 7 days a week, some days are 2 days a week that they go to, or get some mat time in there.
Yeah.
So the games just go to.
Really, and momentum's a good word for it too, because I feel like if you're able to make it that much, things compound really quickly. Like it hammers things home. So anything new, you're really hammering it home quickly, and you're getting reps on that. So yeah, I think momentum's a good word for that.
Yeah, I know. Like you remind me of that quote that says, "No amount of intensity will make up for your consistency. Your
No,
consistency
that's
just
absolutely true. Yeah.
that's the difference between being intense for 3 days a week compared to just consistent for the week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no doubt there at all. I mean, yeah. I feel like your body recovers from just consistency better. Your mind does as well. I mean, yeah, physically, mentally, it's better to be consistent than.
Yeah, you want an extra caveat? How about you start teaching? Like in between, if you're getting some mat time in class and then you're teaching,
Mm-hmm.
because the reps that doing physically, you can do it mentally by teaching somebody how to do a move, and you just
Or it's
walk
easier to
to
think
that
about it on a
and blade
deeper
just
level.
sharpening nonstop.
That's valid. That's valid. I wish taught a couple different times. I'm incredibly uncomfortable with it.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's so weird being in front of people. I don't know. Really, it's probably all in my head, but uh, I guess I mean a lot of it's being in my head, but a lot of it also is a lot of the moves I don't have processed on that deep of a level. You know, a lot of the things I do, I'm doing with muscle memory at this point. I'm not thinking about it, and so teaching it, I have to try to think through what my body is doing automatically. So I think it makes it much harder to do that as well.
You talk about in the class setting or is like one-on-one teaching?
In a class setting,
Okay.
one-on-one is, yeah, significantly better, but still, like, there's still times, like, if I'm paired up with somebody and we're going through the move and, like, we forget where we're at, I
Mm-hmm.
have to go back through the move to think about, like, how to teach them to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's just, again, it's muscle memory. It's not really something I'm thinking through anymore.
Yeah. For the teaching part, and then another aspect of teaching is the coaching part. For example, for like in competition, you have to see the moves like right there. You need to call it out
Mm-hmm.
because you have two players going. The guy that's going against your guy and your guy. So you have to see which is part is doing what.
Yeah, there's definitely a huge skill to that I have not even remotely begun to tap into.
Would that be like well, one thing I can just like kind of like analogy as far as like that part right there. It's like just learning a language, just like that, but just like fire rapid, kind of like roasting each other. Like it's still like just roasting each other, trying to come up with jokes at the same time, but you have to do it on the spot, right? That like that. Same thing whenever like it's like that part of your brain that to just um improvise
Yeah,
so fast.
rapid fire
Yeah.
improvise.
But then also it's the difference between you saying it and having somebody do it for you because you're telling them to do it. But how do you communicate them? Because it's like a whole different ball game right there. So learn that from wrestling. That like wrestling is one thing, learning one thing, but that's what you have to coach somebody else because we usually you teach like coach each other's teammates, things like that during matches. Because he helps you, but man, it's like a whole different game. Sometimes some coaches don't see stuff like, oh, just do this right here. You see from a different angle, they might not see it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I've been on the receiving end of some good coaching before. It can certainly change a match round completely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I really, to be honest, I don't even feel like I have any insight on that kind of skill because it's just not something I'm good at all.
I think it helps you a lot in improvising whenever, like, because you can see things coming whenever you roll somebody. Because it's just that part of the brain, just like keep quick fire,
Yeah.
quick thinking.
Do you Are you trying to warn them about the other person and advise them on things to do?
I usually do the defending part. Like, for somebody, this person's doing this, how you stop them from getting there. And then once they're able to stop the person from doing that, then go to their moves to like attack the other one.
Well, that makes sense. I had one of my coaches up in Maine did that. He would yell out what the other guy was doing. So
Mm-hmm.
he wouldn't tell me what to do. He would yell at what the other guy was doing because he's like, the other guy's listening too. So in case you don't know what he's doing, now you do, and you can counter that in some way. Like, if I tell you how to counter it, he's just gonna, change his direction. But,
Yeah. For example, he goes scissor sweep. Oh, he's trying to go that way. Just take my leg out. Scissor sweep is gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like some aspect, like some for example, like in wrestling is like some, for example, getting off bottom is one thing that a lot of people have struggled with. So like slide, change directions, like get up, hips out, fire the hands. People getting stuck in cradles. A lot of people just like to get their off their back and stuff like hey, get off your back is good, but also peel the hands. That one thing is holding you in place is the hands. Peel the hands. I always try to do that. Not nothing try to just turn like do peel the hands.
Yeah, okay. Let's go. Kinda, yeah. If they're stuck in a defensive position, then you can definitely point them in that direction. Yeah.
It's like little, usually trying to go to the little adjustment that make big differences. Because they're doing the move, but they use like something that they're like maybe they're not seeing from the angle.
Yeah.
For example, like defending like a leg takedown, and people like sprawl down and put a lot of weight on the hip that they have the leg. But actually, you put weight on the opposite hip, on the opposite shoulder. Guess what happens to the shoulder? The shoulder does this right here. Overextend the shoulder. So they have to let go.
Okay. Yeah. See that.
Because they have your leg. You put sprawl with that same leg, you helping them get that leg. But if you sprawl and put your weight on the opposite hip and you circle that way, the shoulder is going to overextend. Mm-hmm. They have to let go eventually.
That's counterintuitive, but makes
It also keeps the head down too, because your hip is going to the other shoulder. Your hip is the top of the head too. There's not be able to bring the head up to finish the shot.
Yeah.
Recently, speaking of wrestling, I know you're not much into kids wrestling, but the high school wrestling tournament happened this weekend, and a lot of people were complaining about wrestlers. They calling injury timeout when they're on their back about to get pinned. You can do that.
Injury timeout?
So you are like, oh, I'm hurting, like something like during the move you got hurt. So they start an injury time. I think it's like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, something like that. So it's kind of like the eye poke. They start a timer. So they're instead of resetting you from the same spot, they start you from reference position, not even on your back. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was thinking they still like started back out in that position.
No.
But they had time to like talk through to the coach as to what to do. That's so much worse.
Yeah.
That's horrible. And the kids are calling this? How many times again they call that?
A lot of people like they're saying like, there's a bunch of them. This girl, she lost the state title because of that. She was on her. The other girl was on her back. She called injury time, and she lost the match.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's gonna change fast.
Yeah. What do you think should be the solution? Should it be to restart back at the same position and that person that called injury time lose a point or get a point to the other person?
That would be, yeah, that would be something.
If the safety of the wrestler is the main concern and the person is really injured, how about the referee call a pin, end the match, go to the doctor? If you're really that injured,
that's fair.
We don't want to get you back into the match and get re-hurt again because you call injury time.
That's fair. I mean, in reality, yeah, injury timeout should be like throwing in the towel.
It's kind of like, it should be like a verbal tap out.
Yeah. I could see that. I mean, that seems logical to me. Why? Yeah, the more I think about it, why would you injury? The only time I could see restarting the match on an injury timeout is if somebody did like a dangerous move, but those are probably illegal.
Yeah, but sometimes they happen. Like for example, this weekend, Iowa State was wrestling against Oklahoma State, and this guy had a single leg, and the guy that was defending did kind of like a split when the guy was trying to go for the leg, and his leg hyperextended as he landed on his knee. So they called injury time there. It wasn't like a takedown or nothing, but he like got a guy's knee like hyperextended there. So he like some medical look, like his trainer look at him,
Okay.
was though his knee, or also, but also they have blood time because they don't have too much blood on they don't have blood on the man and stuff like that. So they should blood time is different though. This on the usually on the referee side. There's in college, there's not a time limit because sometimes you have people that they have like cuts. If you go in the tournament, you cut in the first match. You later on in the tournament, you're gonna be that's still gonna be open regardless. So you're gonna be so they usually have like, stuff for that, but that's understandable because you know how to blood each other. But injury time, they have a time limit. In college, if you call injury time, the guy, the opponent gets to decide the position they want to start. They want to start neutral. They want to start top or bottom.
For after an injury timeout?
Yeah. So if you call injury time, you get to
Okay.
decide where you want to restart the position,
Okay.
top or bottom, or neutral.
That's something at least. Yeah. I guess the flip side to like having something like start out in the same position and lose a point or something like that is then you're almost encouraging people to go for injury, go for this cheap knee bar or something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not actually a knee bar, but it does hyperextend the leg or is prone to doing that. I guess you'd almost encourage that at some point, but
Yeah, just for that on your back, that should be a
okay. Yeah.
because if you so if you have a in wrestling, they give you some time for like a reaction time. So for example, just like in jiu-jitsu, you get taken down, get some reaction time for it to like count as a takedown. Kind of the same way. So if somebody trying to take somebody down, it's not really secure, they haven't given points, they call injury time, it should probably be back to neutral because they were neutral regardless. No points was given out for the takedown. But now if they were taken down already, the point was given out. And for example, they ended up side control, reset him side control. Just like in jiu-jitsu, just reset it, same position they were in. You were stuck in a kesa gatami. Start from there.
You're going to have to get back out of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. Almost like resetting on the edge of the mat.
Mm-hmm.
Like pause.
Same way.
Start. Yeah. That makes
The
sense.
same way. Just takes away from them. Because allegedly some school, they tell their wrestlers to call injury time whenever they're on their back.
That's crazy. That's
What are you
cheap.
teaching them?
Yeah. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's really hard to.
They go to IBJJF and you start pulling the foot across their hip.
For real.
There's those guys.
It is hard. It's hard for me to like picture telling some kid how to like, call injury timeout here. Like, I don't know. Just like it doesn't.
Kids should lose respect for the coach for suggesting such thing.
For sure, no doubt. Yeah. What would you do? What would you do if your daughter's going to high school? She's or really just any wrestling classes, and you hear the coaches telling her that. What do? Do you pull her out?
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Shove her across the gym. Fuck that. Go out like a man. You're a girl. Go out like a man. No, man. No call injury time. You're going to get paid. You're going to get paid. So there are some hard lessons you have to learn in life in which you're in a safe environment. There should be considered a safe environment because you have a man under your feet. And you have to, it's not like the referee is there so you won't get injured. If the referee is not calling injury and I see that you're in the bad position, then it's smart for me to step in like, hey, man.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It's really, and should really learn that there's no satisfaction in that kind of victory. If you win off that, it won't feel like anything. It's not satisfying in the least. You're both pissed. Yeah, that's horrible.
Speaking of another thing that happened recently, New Jersey is one of the toughest states to wrestle. The wrestlers are really like legit, like New Jersey, Pennsylvania, like Iowa, Midwest. Their wrestling is really good. there's this kid. His name is Anthony Knox. He's a 3-time state champion. He's a senior this year. Number 1 recruit in the country. He was wrestling in regionals, won it, and after his match, altercation happened in the stands. He jumped in the stands because his family was fighting. He got suspended for 2 matches, which technically he lost his 2 first matches of the state tournament, eliminated from the state tournament. He's done. He's not allowed to wrestle for a state tournament.
That's crazy.
And there's a video circulating of the kids that were in the tournament that they're celebrating because he got eliminated from the tournament. At the regionals, they said like number 1 who they're making fun of him because he got eliminated because they instigated the fight.
Do you think that was intentional? That they got him out by starting?
Sure. It seems that way because like they're allegedly, according to the dad, somebody in the stands was for another team was yelling racial slur. So that went over there to the stands and used like confronting the guy, like, hey man, stop saying stuff like that. And according to the dad story, the guy started hitting him, and then the fight ensued after that. Then Anthony, he won his match, and then he saw that happening. He jumped to the stands. He said he was trying to protect his family.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to fault him for that. I mean, that makes sense. Wow.
And he was the only one, him and his dad were the only ones that were taken out of the gym in handcuffs. Nobody else did.
Really?
Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Because they were winning?
I know, right? Yeah. It might be like the running joke of how can you tell somebody after a war should be punished with wars against humanity? You know the difference? Only the losers of the war get punished for crimes against humanity.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the winners get punished for that?
Yeah. No, that's not happening.
Yeah. But same thing, like whenever the fight, like the ones that win, it was the one that get arrested.
Yeah.
But
Sure. Yeah,
luckily,
so
he's already
shitty.
going to wrestle for Cornell. He's committed to Cornell.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really good then. Okay. I was worried he was like missing out on recruiting chances, but okay.
Usually, in wrestling, they decide their junior year, by the end of the junior year, where they're going.
That's nice. That's really nice. I mean,
because also it's a hard sport.
So
it's a hard sport. You never know how your senior year might go. You might get injured, and then you lose your chance.
That would be nice for peace of mind, though. Going into senior year, knowing you're okay. Like, I mean, obviously you got to work, but like, there's so much that happens senior year going into college. Like, it'd be nice not have to worry about that.
Yeah, because you already have the decision made. You don't have to perform. Just focus on studying.
Exactly.
And performing. That's all.
Wow. That's a huge benefit.
And the good thing about wrestling is that you can go to some of the schools that you want to go to the wrestling camps. You stay on campus in the dorms too. You go to either the cafeteria, you train in the gym, whatever they're going to train whenever you're in college.
I wonder if they up the effort for the cafeteria and stuff like that. When do the camps take place? I guess that should be the question.
The summer.
In the summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if the schools are like, serving the good food during that time for the athletes.
I don't know. And this is reheated cancel. There's not that many students in campus.
Yeah, that's true.
Because literally there's only summer session classes that are there.
I remember having cafeterias every night. I had no idea how nice that was.
Yeah.
Just go to the cafeteria whenever you want food. Thanks, son.
Yeah. You just swipe your card.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just scan in, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Even had late night. So like there was this one cafeteria on campus that would open up for late night, and I want to say it was open till midnight, which was fire. Because I mean, it only had like pizza and stuff, but you get done with studying and it's late and all the other cafeterias are closed. It's nice to have a place to go.
Usually the library closes like around 11, so you can like go there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They had make your own waffles with strawberries and whipped cream that you could put on there. Dude, I took full advantage of that.
I used to kill. When I was trying to make weight. The one thing I was eating all the time was freaking ice cream, the soft serve. It's the only thing I would eat.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to blame you. The soft serve ice cream is where it's
Yeah,
at.
or eat like a freaking turkey sandwich, like a like whole wheat, and have like a slice of turkey and lettuce. Not even put mayonnaise because they're watching the calories. But meanwhile, I ate like 4 cones of freaking soft serve.
My God.
But keep my weight down regardless. Like, that's not getting my protein.
Priorities.
I need that sugar for my brain,
Yeah.
bro. Science.
It's crazy. Those were some days.
Yeah. You just text your friend, hey man, you going to the cafeteria? Yeah, I know. I'll be there
Exactly.
later.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually could get a group of people going. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I remember that. We had one of the guys that was with us. He was a RA for where I was staying, but he was in a wheelchair. And he had like he had but I think he wore like those no canes, but the ones that like crutches that go on your forearms. Yeah, his nickname was Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, here it comes. He's about to turn into a transformer. He like go from the wheelchair to the crutches. Oh,
God, that's funny.
Autobots.
Roll out.
Oh man, we were fucking evil, man. And there's another guy
Uh,
that, oh man, this guy was a freaking prick. He was in a wheelchair, but it was an electric wheelchair, but he was always an asshole all the time.
Damn.
Just
Yeah.
complaining all the time. It's like, dude, this guy, like, I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on with
Well,
this guy. I don't know it's his legs. Look at it.
listen,
Oh,
I don't care if you act like an asshole. You're getting labeled. You're getting the nicknames.
yeah.
Okay, it's happening. It doesn't matter the conditions. Like, yeah.
Yeah. The one time he was at the gym and he was ego lifting, so he like they put the weight on there, and they brought the bar down for him to do the pull downs. Dude, the thing just shut him up, and he was dangling. He's like, laugh.
Evil. My God.
Oh, one time he ran out of batteries on the way to the door, so somebody had to push him up the hill to the door. Like, fuck that guy, man. We were evil, man. But yeah, he was always an asshole. Like, damn, this guy, man. He was friend of a friend that would sit on the other side of the table. Like, always, man. But yeah, I remember every time I remember that time that he was hanging from the pull down. He looked like a freaking dress in the wind on a clothes hanger. Oh, I don't know how much weight he put in that thing, but it's like just jacked him up.
Must have been something. Dang, son. I-
Be nice to your friends, by the way, and don't be
yeah.
an asshole.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't do.
I mean,
Don't be an asshole and not expect consequences. Put it that way.
you have to help your friends, keep them humble and accountable for their
Yeah.
actions.
Yeah. 100%. That's what your jiu-jitsu in
Yeah,
the gym.
I have friends that are handicapped too. We had two of them. One time, like we were like coming, because it used to be a bunch of us that used to sit on the table, and then like, we're like, oh man, we need to get chairs. Like this girl said, I don't know. Don't worry about him. Home slide brought his own. So it's like, what are we pulling a chair for? He already has one. So true.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Don't be that guy that uses the extra chair so somebody else can use. Just showing off at that point. Well, yeah. I thought that you were kidding, like his name was Hot Wheels, but actually his Facebook was Hot Wheels.
Okay, so he owned it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, we had another friend. He had the crutches too, but I think he had a brain damage because he overdosed on PCP when he was younger.
Okay.
But he wore those crutches too, like that. His nickname was Twiggles. One time he went to a party and he was dancing and he started swinging his leg on the crutches like that. And he lost his balance and boom, went right through the table. Oh, twiggle down, twiggle down. He just ducked on the drinks down on the table. Oh,
Excellent. Good for him partying it up.
yeah, man. For them on, we call that the helicopter move. Just yeah, man, college, good times, man, good times in college.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Apparently, I was in the handicap side of the school. Yeah, man, two Eagles have wheels.
Yeah, Tigers and Howard. Yep, that'll do it.
Yeah, man. You have anything else for tonight?
Good, the one.
Yeah. This is Hulu and his eye poke.
That took a rabbit trail, but you know.
Yeah. Upcoming fights they're looking for. What they had 313 is the Pereira match against Ankalaev.
Very interested in that one. I'm believing Pereira's gonna pull that one out, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Even though allegedly Ankalaev said he wants to knock him out.
No way. Are you for real?
No.
That's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
If he wants to do
Johnny
that,
Walker.
Yeah. If he wants to do that, I don't think there's any way he wins. If he wrestles, okay.
I'm trying to see his record, Ankalaev. Because he
Well,
KO'd Johnny Walker, KO Anthony Smith.
Yeah, I mean, no joke with the hands, but
Levels.
yeah, that's the thing.
And this guy, he looked like he has a freaking brick head. You hit him and you break your hand.
Yeah. No, 100%. If you can hit him. That's the thing. I don't know.
The only guy that came close to beat him at light heavy was Jan Blankovic.
Okay. I don't remember that match, but
I want to say that was in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's a co-main event, UFC 291.
He
He Salt Lake
or...
City, Utah. Well, he was like close decision. I thought Blankovic beat Alex Pereira in the decision.
Okay.
But just went him down, grappling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But apparently Pereira edged him out on the decision. If Ankalaev is able to do that, he has a chance.
Right. No, I completely agree.
He's from Dagestan, of course. One thing Joe Romero was talking about, because Joe Romero comes from the wrestling background as far as like Olympic freestyle wrestling. He talks about that the rivalry between Russians wrestlers and Georgian wrestlers. He said that Georgian wrestlers are made different. They're like a lot stronger. They're like freaking strong. Like because you have the Dagestan, which is the Muslim Caucasian part, and then you have the Christian Georgian part. They're like different. It's like you ever seen like wrestlers from
I mean, I know there's been a few UFC fighters from there, but and I know they're good wrestling.
He's from there, but he was raised in Spain.
Okay, interesting.
For example, the Georgian Giant. This is an example. Eyeball test. You tell me what his diet consists of. Look at this guy. This is in Rio.
What?
Yeah, from Georgia.
How?
Yeah.
Steroid and steak.
Yeah. That's compared to this one. This is a heavyweight. He's a legit Georgian wrestler. I think he took third in the Tokyo. But like a lot of the Georgian wrestlers, they're like solid. That's according to Euro Romero, they're like they are made like Euro Romero. They're like strong as hell.
That's interesting.
Because he brought that up because compared the fight between Usman Nurmagomedov versus Merab Balashvili. The difference between them two. Because look at Merab, how freaking jack he is. Compared to Usman. What's something about them? They're freaking jack.
Feed him something different over there, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if you're wrestling your whole life, depending what your body's like.
That is next level. I will say that, yeah. Those guys look big too, though. I was going to say, like, a lot of, like, wrestlers are a little... You wouldn't think they're as strong as they are, but then they grab a hold of you and it's like, oh, okay, like
Yeah.
here it comes.
Yeah, because they have like the you have difference of strong grip. For example, like somebody jiu-jitsu, they have a grip, the strong ball. Somebody has able to get a grip without it having a lapel or a sleeve grip. It's different. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
and then you try to move them, and they're not moving.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. You like grab the back of the neck and like pull on them, and they just don't move at all. It's like, oh, oh,
How are you supposed to like submit somebody that's not moving when you try to move it with your body weight?
yeah, yeah, for real. I don't think yeah, I'm supposed to use some mechanical advantage here, and I just don't have any.
Yeah. At that point, do the Joko move that he did on Dean Lister. Remember the video I sent you? It was really Dean Lister. Dean Lister had like his hand on his neck. Joko just kick him off.
Yeah, for real.
That's the only move I have left. That boy.
No, you gotta use your feet to get them off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you have to be careful with that because also if you kick, he's able to use what you call leg pass. When you kick,
Right?
damn it, he's in my back now.
Yeah, yeah. No, definitely the strength aspect has a very important role to play in grappling.
But yeah, especially they have like they do a lot of technique, like the Russians with the wrestling. They do a lot of technique in which they they can hit it in technique on the cues when they see an opening, which is different. Instead of giving photography, said, okay, this is the move that you're going to do. They have like different techniques that they develop over time. So whenever they have like, I remember Vito Aroja. His dad is an Russian nationalist. I think he was also a world champion for Russia. He coached him as a little kid. He wrestled for Cornell, and he was asking his dad, "So what's the mental preparation for a match? What do you think I should like prepare for? Or should do?" Like he said, "What do you mean preparation? You see a single, do a single. You see a double, do a double. That's simple. That's not preparation. Just do what you see. It's like, oh, well, that's simple.
Dang.
You know how to do your shots. You know how to do these things. What do you mean preparation? Just do what you drill to do. That's simple.
Preparation's done.
Yeah, you really know how to do move. Just when you see an opening, go for it.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you really know how to get them. Your setups are getting them off balance and get to your attacks.
Yeah.
I can't remember somebody was talking about. Oh, Trent Hiley, one of the podcasts to talk about. Usually, most of the wrestlers, whenever they go into a match, they already know what they're going for within the first minute. As soon as they step on the mat, they know what they're going for, and that's what they go work on the attacks until they get that position and get to those attacks. That's the difference between the people that are like better performers than others. Just like balling.
Do you think that's because they tend to be more aggressive towards that than the people who are less successful?
I think it helps more on anxiety part and nerves being that way, like fixed on what you're going to do. Because if you are task oriented, you're less likely to think about the uncertainty of the match. If you're in your good stance and you're going for your attacks and you put the guy backpedaling, you feel like you're better position than the other person.
Definitely see that.
Because of course you want your game to be diverse, to have different attacks in seeing opening whenever you have to do things. But you also have to have like a plan A, plan B, plan C all the way.
Yes.
You don't want to come up with a plan as you're in the match.
Right.
By the time it goes, plans take time. So by the time you come up with a plan, the freaking time is over. We try to
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I got to get out there and enforce your game plan versus defend against theirs.
Mm-hmm.
You're defending, you're at the disadvantage for sure.
It's a lot harder to run your race backwards than it's forward.
Yeah.
So whenever you feel like nervous, if you feel like nervous for matches, just focus on what good basics fundamentals as far as like what you're going to do in your attacks. If you work on your attacks that you know that how to get to your setups, 3 setups, one attack, you should be able to get there to a certain extent what you want to get. As far as like a move, for example, Kimura, just try to get there, you get to Kimura, not be able to finish it, you end up on your back, be able to try to attack from there, or try to get to their back from there. Step over the head and go back to your Kimura, or go back attacks. You already have an arm call, go for a renegade. All those kind of things. They're trying to defend that, climb up the body, go for the arm bar. But you're
Yeah.
always on
Yeah.
on
No, that's, yeah. I can definitely see that being the truth.
because if you have many options, you can overwhelm the person. So instead of being counter attacking, you're just attacking. Overwhelm.
Yeah. Really, the only reason to be defensive, I would think, is if you're trying to wear them out. If you think you have that much time,
Mm-hmm.
you can defend stuff. You can keep yourself from being submitted, and conserve energy, I think, better than somebody's attacking. But when you're attacking, you have the advantage of threatening points a lot more. Threatening, submissions, obviously, but also points as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, that makes sense. Just to have like a chain of attacks. Like, if it's a points game and you have a chain of attacks, that's probably going to win it,
Mm-hmm.
versus somebody who's defending the whole time. They're not getting points for sure.
Yeah. You don't get points for escaping. You put for attacks in advancing position. Do you trust your conditioning to attack? To let you be able to go for that long.
Like, personally, do I?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Usually like to make the person carry me. Because also that's hard on them.
Yeah, no, I like to do that, but most matches that I'm in now, I feel like I don't really have time for doing that as much. Like tour matches, yes, 10 minutes, you can absolutely, especially with no points in the beginning, you can absolutely just let them like hold you up,
Mm-hmm.
wear them out, stuff like that. But like stuff like the Nagas and the new breeds, especially, those are so fast.
It's so small space. The space is so much
Exactly.
small.
Exactly. Yeah.
So by the time
I
you
feel
try to
like
get
it's
your
really
attack,
hard.
you're out of bounds.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, it definitely leads to different strategies for different things. But I've had one of my not new breeds, one of my Toro matches in particular. I remember thinking that my opponent had more cardio than me, and so I attacked and attacked and attacked, hoping that I would catch him quickly and end it, which I didn't. And I did. I eventually burned out over the 10 minutes, and he beat me by points. I can't remember exactly what he got, but yeah, I misused the strategy in that one, which if I used that same strategy in like Naga and New Breed, I think I'd do much better.
I think it's kind of the same aspect of sprinter in a long relay, which you try it different whenever you do sprint compared to a
Well,
longer
yeah,
distance. Especially the cross country, you have different elevations too to go through it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, you can use, I don't know, it's hard to beat, somebody who's just got a solid cardio.
And especially they have solid cardio and they have a good defense. How do you get through them?
Yeah, they'll just wait you out. Yeah. That's one thing, I mean, been trying to work on a little bit is just, getting the conditioning up a little bit.
Do you think conditioning by moving somebody is a better conditioning than just blowing your lungs out?
Conditioning better for what?
For grappling, for example, you drill as many play moves as you can within a certain time period. For example, 3 minutes, just go move, move, move. Try to move the person with that low resistance to prevent the injury part. But you will like give you conditioning just to have build the confidence that you able to hit those moves within a constricted time.
I think it would be hard to beat that. Yeah, I really do. I think it'd be very hard to beat that. I think running is decent in the aspect that it is low injury prone, but I don't think it's going to even remotely compare to drilling like that, like what you're saying.
Yeah, because also I do work on the coordination part of the moves because you have to be able to hit him at the same time. Because if you just
There's
move,
also, I've found that when you do things like that, there's some mental growth that happens in, gives you time to kind of lock in and think of like, okay, that last one was sloppy. Like I need to do this better when I'm tired. And I feel like there's a mental growth there that is hard, you can't really substitute, I don't think.
yeah,
You know, the decision making, like, okay, I need to do better right now. Because that sort of thing happens in competition a lot. So when you can recreate that in practice, like in those situations as you're saying, I think, yeah, that's impossible to beat that.
yeah. If you're able to hit those techniques like within time, especially when you're tired, it like makes a big difference. Because those are the submissions that counts that we need to be able to close in the match and finishing the other round.
That's when people break.
Yeah, they want a way out. Open the door for them.
Yes, be a gentleman.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's one thing I want to just like short time. I have to go for this. I have to go for that. And if you break it down into intervals, like this 2 minutes, and then you're gonna be okay. First minute is set up, good to like good position, and then from there, the last minute, try to get your submission. You get it the submission before 30 seconds. Okay, you have try to get it before the 15 seconds, or try to get like before the once 50 seconds left. Go for broke. Go for your submission. Well, whatever you are, it helps improvising part. It also helps the finishing part because like whatever you are, you have to finish from there.
Yes. Yes.
But at first, you can do it the exercise by improving your position. If you're in guard, try to go for your sweep, get them out, or you're in guard, try to pass the guard. That's like at the beginning, like beginners, you want to work on that part. But then after you get better, you know more moves and things like that. Try to go for submission, whatever you are.
Yeah, it's true. That's some hard drilling right there too. Is if you that we've done that before where you'll be rolling and then we had our coach. Coach, I think we would start rolling and obviously we're trying to win, but then the coach would be like, okay, now you got to go for submissions. And it wouldn't be like a set period of time. It would be whenever he decided. And then you both started like going for submissions as fast as possible. That's some different kind of drilling for sure.
Yeah, because sense of urgency is like a
Yeah.
big muscle you have to work on. Because that's what you're going to do. If you're practicing jiu-jitsu for self-defense, that's what you want to do. You want to practice self-defense, finishing the fight as fast as possible with less amount of injury on you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you can't really wait that out. That's not a good idea necessarily.
No. Also, you have to do it fast enough, be able to finish the move before the cops show up.
Yeah. Yeah. Make
We
sure they
have,
never want to do that again.
you should be like, I already almost home by the time that the cops show up. That's how you got to. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Do you have anything else? We have some good topics today.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely did. Like I said, it's getting late. Nah, I think we're covered some good stuff.
Just cover some of the matches. Cover later on, later stage in life, practicing jiu-jitsu and also competing part, and having a good game in which you're able to compete with younger people, also stronger people. But also, if you have be able to combine both of them, the happy medium will be if you have strong technique, you're strong at the same time. Also, good fundamentals, good defense. Also, it's hard for your opponent to move you or do any kind of things. It's also demoralizing. But also, taking next level up is your conditioning by moving somebody when you're tired and also hitting good technique when you're tired to make those counts. And then eventually just trying to find short periods of times in which you want to hit your submissions for attack.
No doubt.
Yeah, well, thank you again for listening again. You can listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, iTunes. Share, subscribe, like, all of the above, etc., etc. Till next time, the man
Thank you,
matters.
guys.
Thank you.